Yo, what's going on, guys? Crispy Flakes here. Welcome to Extra Crispy. For today's video, we got a video by Jimothy High Roller titled "These Regular Guys Challenged an NBA Player and Instantly Regret It," man. So I saw this title, I already started cracking up, man, just because it seems to happen every single year. We're just like some, regular average Joe challenges a damn NBA player and expecting to beat them. And I don't think we put into perspective just how good an NBA player is, man, because you gotta think about it like this. First, you have to be like the best player on your high school, and your high school has to actually be like in an area where there's good competition. So you got to be the best in the area, in an area of good competition. Then you have to hope that a college takes you on, and then to get drafted, you got to hope it's a like respected college to some extent. And then after that, man, you got to hope that you're like the best player on that team, and you got to hope you're one of the 60 players drafted, because there's only so many roster spots. Like, to get on an NBA roster is just, I mean, it's so amazing. Like, when it's all said and done, man, like, to get that far is crazy. Like, you are the best of the best at something in the world. So we're going to check this out here, man, and figure out what this story's all about. I'm going to guess it's about some regular guys challenging an NBA player and instantly regretting it.
Have you ever watched an NBA game and thought to yourself, under the right circumstances, if I maxed out all of my abilities and put all my efforts into this sport, I think I could play in the league? Regardless of how unrealistic this is, I'm sure we've all had this thought before. We all love the game, and we'd all love to play it at the highest level. But for 99.9% of us, this dream will forever remain just that, a dream. Because the gap between most of us and an NBA player is massive. In fact, it could be difficult to understand just how much better the average NBA player is compared to the average Joe. Luckily for us, every once in a while an NBA player will take the time to show us just how much better they really are. A few weeks ago, a high school basketball player challenged Brian Scalabrine, former NBA player and basketball GOAT, to a game of one-on-one. The kid was confident,
the White Mamba,
so
man.
Confident that he even bet his own shoes on the game. Now, this kid looks to be a solid 6'2", 6'3", with some good skill and athleticism, probably better than the average high school hooper. On the other hand, Scalabrini is a 43-year-old who's been retired for nearly a decade.
It's been that long he's been retired?
There's levels to this.
Remember,
so
like it was
on
yesterday.
The first possession, the high schooler tries to create space with a little hezzy pull-up and gets stuffed.
That shit out of there,
man.
At
this point, the game was already over.
Oh, hey!
Is that Joel Embiid?
Hey!
He said hit the weight room.
Hey! Are they playing for Keith? Yeah.
After what probably felt like the longest 5 minutes of the kid's life, Brian Scalabrine beat the high schooler 11-0.
So I'm not gonna lie, guys, it is the very next day now. I started reacting to this video, and I got a horrible stomach ache. Do not eat fat-free cheese. It's really high in protein, and that's literally the only thing it's got going for it, man. So yes, I'm gonna pick up where I left off with this video, but for you guys, this should be, instantaneously. Let's get it, man. Also, it's my birthday today, guys. Happy birthday, man. To myself, I guess. Oh, come on.
Now,
okay,
I'm sure there's some clips of the kid getting more shots up on Brian, but his friends decided to
How do we even watch anyway? Oh, yeah, these regular guys challenge NBA player in instantly regret. Okay, yeah, and Brian Scalabrine is beating this dude down. Okay.
Include the clips of Brian's
I'm caught up.
Now, Scal could have easily used his size on every possession, but to really make an example out of the young buck, he got into his bag instead. This isn't even fair. Keep in mind, Brian is a relatively out-of-shape 43-year-old, 9 years removed from the NBA. Brian wasn't even an average NBA player. No offense to the man, but when I tried to search up his stats on Basketball Reference, Brian was so low on the leader.
So where we at? Oh yeah, we had damn Shane Battier. This guy's got no chance. I'm sorry to say, White Mamba, you ain't got no damn chance. Jimmer's at 136? Are these scoring averages? Shane Battier, you only averaged 4.8 points per game. That's not... Bro, you got outscored by Santiago Gaines? Utah Jazz legend?
Board that he didn't even come up. His name literally doesn't appear.
Yo, Big Ben.
So instead,
they were old heads. Okay, that was 1 year.
Archives and dig through hundreds and hundreds of players until I finally found old Brian on the last page of the league leaderboard. Out of 479 players in the NBA that season, Brian ranked 464th. 464th.
Yo, Brian Cardinal,
In fact, in Brian's last season in the NBA, he scored just 32 points. In the season before, he scored just 20. And in the season before that, he scored 78.
He was giving the other teams a chance.
Brian scored less points in his entire 11-year NBA career than James Harden scored last season, in the first 45 games of the season. In Scal's last season in the NBA, he was worse at scoring the ball than 97%
Okay,
of
I feel like this is all of a sudden a Brian Scalabrine roast video. I'm not here for it, man. Come on now.
NBA players.
I know what point he's trying to bring up,
9
though.
years
I get
later,
it. I
shooting
get
hoops
it.
in his spare time and still absolutely smoking an above-average hooper. This, ladies and gentlemen, is what I like to call perspective.
Hey, there we go.
It's something that you need in order to grasp exactly where you stand in the world of sports, and yet it's something that a lot of sports fans lack. We all know that one guy that swears he would have went to the league if he didn't get injured, or he got more playing time, or if he was 6 inches taller. That's me saying that. I'm that one guy. But all jokes aside, sometimes we
Put a
just
foot on
need
me,
to
I'd be
get
a,
walked by real NBA talent
I
to
would've
know
been Jokic
exactly
before
how good
Jokic.
these guys are. Like in 2017, when a 22-year-old Fred VanVleet went one-on-one against 2 other hoopers. Now, these other hoopers were far from average. One of them was Marcus Posley, a guard in the G League. The other hooper was Jordan Poole, who is now a contributing player on the Warriors,
From
but
Michigan.
at the time was an 18-year-old fresh out of high school as the 51st top prospect in the entire country. 2 elite basketball players, one a professional in the G League, the other a top high school recruit with 5 inches on VanVleet. Both of them far, far better than everyone at your local gym. Take a wild guess at how these one-on-ones went.
Yeah, big yikes, bro. It's so crazy how good a player can be, man. Like how are you that good at something? I wish I was that good at something that was not chicken nugget related. Yo, it's crazy too, because Jordan Poole probably actually plays defense on Fred VanVleet now in the NBA.
It went pretty much exactly how you would expect. VanVleet, going half speed, was still on another level.
Damn, hoodie
Just
on
look
and
at
everything.
how easy he gets to
Hoodie
his
Vleet.
spots. Getting up shots like the defender isn't even there. In a King's Court format, Poole finished with 3, Posley finished with 7, and VanVleet finished with 19, and didn't even break a sweat in the process. Look at this bucket here. Come on, dog. This man literally isn't even trying.
Push off.
Today, most fans know VanVleet as a killer point guard with a championship and a 54-point performance under his belt. But back in 2017, Fred was hardly a rotational guy for the Raptors, averaging just 8 minutes and 3 points per game. This guy is 6 feet tall on a good day, can hardly get playing time in the league, and here he is completely
0.4 turnovers.
sleepwalking through 2 elite basketball talents like it's nothing. Perspective. And I would like to say that for the most part, NBA players don't even give us average Joes the time of day. Only once in a blue moon do they bring their busy days to a halt to show some washed up hack just how delusional he is. But far more often,
love to
these
see
pros
it.
don't even listen to the chatter. Well, all of them but Scalabrine. Brian doesn't just listen to us average Joes, he makes a show about it and proceeds to embarrass our fellow average brethren for the world to see. Seriously, this was a real thing.
Hey, I don't blame
This
him.
actually happened. In 2013, on a show called The Scalonge, which is pretty much the greatest name for a show in the history of shows, Brian Scalabrine didn't just play random guys one-on-one and take their shoes. This man handpicked contestants
soul.
via video submissions, brought them onto his own show, created apparel and merchandise for the show, and even had his own sideline crew to call the action. This is absolute peak all-time pettiness from Scal. And I love it. Imagine sending a video to a former NBA player, calling him out on his game and saying you could beat him, and probably assuming you won't actually get picked. And then next thing you know, you're suited up in a gym checking the ball up to a 6'8" NBA
Wait, is that
champion.
Scalabrine number 44?
Now, some
He
of
had the
these
damn
video
cheese puffs?
submissions were complete satire. But for every guy trying to crack some jokes, there was a hooper who actually felt like he had a chance against Scal. The 3 contestants he chose were Matt.
Man, we need the, they gotta bring back this show, man. They gotta put Flight on there, man. I gotta see that.
Tomaszewski, Rich Morantis, and Jake Fay. Now, Mr.
Oh, yes,
Tomaszewski
great,
wasn't
Jake-
your average
Jake Fay.
hooper. Matt was a 6'8" forward who started at Syracuse just a year before this one-on-one.
That's
the
impressive.
second challenger, Rich, was
That's actually
actually
impressive.
a really good hooper back in his day. A former D2 player and also a former pro in Australia. The last challenger, Jake Fay, well, Jake is the epitome of an average player who had nothing but what I assume are a few
Gym
Red
class
League
Jake
trophies in his submitted video that he literally did drills around. 3 challengers,
That's pretty
1
funny.
Scalabrine, and a 0% probability that anyone stood a chance.
Matt Tomaszewski, a graduate of Syracuse, where he played basketball. Rich, it's a good size matchup. They're almost identical in physical appearance.
I watched him in warm-ups. He can hit threes all day, but the question is, does he have the speed? Does he have the quickness to take on the Vanilla Godzilla?
Elbows up.
How about
what?
that? Use and oh,
The
how
Vanilla
about that?
Godzilla?
Positioning.
Ooh.
Bing. That's a nice spin move.
And he goes back for the 3. Oh, red.
The Vanilla Godzilla. I'm still not over that.
What a contest.
Hey, seriously?
You got 3 on him.
Well, that went about as terrible as I thought it would. Let's see how Jake did.
Where I'm from, I'm called the Great White Hope.
Because I wear hoop uniforms.
See, there ain't gonna be no hope.
Oh, this
Nobody
guy's
calls you
gonna
the
suck.
Great White Hope
Whoa,
except
okay,
yourself.
Well, that's not bad. All
That's
right.
decent.
Wow. I think this guy might be a keeper.
And he got his trophies
All
out?
around the trophies.
Yeah.
Scal, what do you think?
No, it's decent. Good athlete. It's a guy, we're going to pick this guy. I like it. Make
He
sure
actually
you
looks
bring
a bit
your
better
trophies.
than
This
I
is the
thought he
guy
was
we
going to be.
want.
Okay.
Oh, he did, and he got fouled.
Jake, oh, that's just embarrassing. Oh!
Ooh, the push off.
There you go.
Ooh, la.
There you
no
go.
ref
Go for
out
the
there.
dunk, baby. Go!
Fade
Fadeaway
away.
jumper. It's
He got
in.
the- He's got like that like Eduardo Nahara like step back thing. So he always did it from the 3-point line, but I guess that should be called a fadeaway or a runner.
As he predicted, as he wanted, Brian Scalabrine takes out Jake Fay.
Yep, pretty much what I thought. Rich, let's see what you can do.
As much as I would have to guard him, he'd have to guard me.
Shows up death.
Okay, that's you not guarding him. Yep, still not guarding him. You gonna get a shot up, man? Isn't Scal like 6'8", 6'9"? Bro, he's money from that post. I ain't gonna lie, man. So we're watching this happen, and just imagine, like, just think of, like, how good, like, LeBron James is.
You walk away with
Next
a
level.
shutout. What did you take from the game?
Well, I missed that
Now?
first shot that I should have made. And after that, I just couldn't get the shot going. Really, it's kind of where it is.
Or the ball back.
Okay, that was terrible. Breaking news. NBA players, even old washed up retired ones, are way, way, way better than any of us. And I would like to say that after torching
I
these
don't know, man. You know, me after having a 10-piece McNugget from McDonald's, a little barbecue sauce, I feel like the 3-point shot is kind of looking a little extra crisp. No, yeah, I would get destroyed.
3 contestants, everyone's ego came back down to earth. But no. Instead, and I'm not joking when I say this, the sideline crew decided to get in on the action and
we got
challenge
3-on-1?
Brian to a game of 3-on-1. The sideline crew.
That is the worst spacing I've ever seen on defense, man. Like, okay, I understand maybe they're trying to, like, triple team him or something like that, but maybe it's the best way to go. I don't know, man.
3 below average middle-aged men versus 1 former NBA player. Based on what you've seen so far, how exactly do y'all think this went down?
Zipped. Yo, was that Kyrie? Kyrie Greeny. Oh, good pass. Hey, goaltend.
Why are you checking like that?
3 radio guys. Yeah, who didn't MJ do that a lot? Like palm it like that, like he was gonna shoot it? They got one on him.
Oh boy. I mean, I would really like to say that these guys put up a decent fight. But
They got
yeah.
a point. They got a
This
point.
is what happens when average Joes try to go against an NBA player. In fact, this is what happens when an average hooper, a former D1 player, and even a former overseas guy go against an NBA player. In the off chance that you ever get to actually play an elite talent on this level, it's just not going to go well for you.
Goes to show how great Luke
shout
Kennard
out
really
to
is.
Brian, Fred, and any other NBA player who has taken time to scorch the normal guys, for giving us perspective that we desperately need but often refuse to accept. Let me know in the comments below. And be honest, how well do you think you would do in a game of one-on-one against an NBA player? And
Man. I think I could get it done. No. I would get destroyed. The only chance I would have to personally score, because I will say I do have some pretty long range when it comes to shooting a basketball. I can launch it from 10 feet down the 3-point line. Now obviously I'm not always gonna make it. Or I'd literally be like, Steph Curry. But I will say that if I had the first possession and I completely shocked the NBA player by dribbling like to the half-court line and launching it, then I might score. And that's even like a 2% chance, man. But yeah, what do you all think, man? You all beat an NBA player? Let me know in the comment section. Thank you all so much for watching, and peace out, my friends.